Hello and welcome to Finding Aiur Season 2, Episode 4. I'm Zenador. The other voice you will hear is Jairus Omega, my usual co-caster. And, yeah. Let's see here. What am I doing? I am creating a party so that I can get my caster to help me.
That's usually a good thing to do for co-casters.
Why might that be?
Because otherwise I can't be a co-caster.
Well, you could drive over here. It's 75 miles, not that bad. Okay, what am I looking for? Let's see. Where did I leave off? We did Mikey-san already. Did we show the game where I play Xeno?
Sounds familiar.
Okay. How about, Microbyte?
No.
Okay. Load that up then. Okay, so fun stuff. You're vibrating.
Yeah, I'm muting my phone.
This is Echo LE. It is in the current map pool. Let's see, what do I want to tell you about this map? It is a very standard map. Taking your third is easy. This is a good map to play a standard macro game, sort of. I say sort of because getting past about 5 bases is rather difficult, as both potential 6 bases are very far away from your first 4 bases, yeah, I mean, even going after your third base is kind of hard. Where you take your fourth is unclear. But overall, it's pretty straightforward. Getting up to those 3 bases is nice and simple, and I mean, usually you don't have to. So, that's usually not something worth discussing. Anyways, if you'll introduce our players.
Alright, spawning in the bottom right, the red Protoss, Zenador. And spawning in the top left, his admirable foe, 1/1,000,000th of a byte, Microbyte.
Anyways, Zenador is well aware that his opponent is Zerg and has thrown down his pylon at the ramp, and he will send that probe out to scout. The Overlord from Microbyte is going cross map and has seen this probe come across, more or less. And Xenodor will see the spawning pool go down, and that spawning pool is probably a response to this probe coming in his base. And Xenodor is just going to do his normal patrol route of a fish. Or ribbon, take your pick. Microbyte is going to send his drone cross map to scout Xenodor, where there is a gateway. So this spawning pool that was a response to the probe in case of cannon rush is not necessary, and Xenodor puts down his nexus before his opponent. So basically Xenodor is economically ahead, and Microbyte is going to be looking to rectify that issue one way or another. Microbyte does have a little bit more supply, but he is supply capped now, so that's not going to matter. And as Xenodor starts his zealot, so these lings will not be able to just sneak in, provided that zealot does go on hold position as it should, as long as it is a good zealot. Xenodor also starts a cannon. 2 cannons. You know, he's probably doing this because there's no expansion. In fact, it's going to be a roach warren. And I don't think Microbyte was ever planning on expanding, actually, now that I'm looking at this. That hatch was, or that spawning pool was slightly early, so it's gonna be a roach rush up against Protoss that has 3 cannons. That you don't want to do that. I'm sorry, no. And it's so late too. Oh, that's why he went for speed. Okay, so Microbyte wanted speed before he got his roaches in production. So everything's just kind of all over the place for Microbyte. He's kind of not really committing to anything and falling vastly behind. So like he's going for some sort of aggression, but he's not really getting anything. And Xenodor is going to start working on this cooling tower with his zealot. So that's highly indicative that Xenodor wants to take his 3rd. Which, I mean, how often do you see Xenodor take his 3rd?
Attacking cooling towers doesn't seem to be that common.
No, but there's no other reason why he would be doing this.
And I'm just saying, we don't see it that often, though.
Oh, yeah, I guess not. But, I mean, it's a free wall for him right here. So, you know. This Zergling is still at the 3rd base location, so Microbyte will know more or less when that is taken. And he's gotten himself a roach, and he's taken his natural, and his spire is on the way. He'll take his 3rd now. I guess he feels safe. And change his mind on the aggression after seeing the cannons at Xenodor's wall. Said, you know what, I'm not gonna even bother building those roaches, it's not worth it. Which makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, there's a certain amount of, well, now what are you supposed to do? He's just behind. Xenodor will take his 3rd. And Microbyte's Ling doesn't quite see it. It will see once there are probes mining, but at the present moment there is no indication. Oh, this Overlord could. Let's see. Is the Overlord gonna see anything? Well, he's gonna send an Overlord into the main, which is not gonna be terribly useful at the moment, I don't think. The mutas are, or the spire rather, is completed, so mutas can enter the field. And Zenidor is starting his robo, adding more cannons, and Microbyte is gonna get a couple overlords and one mutalist because he is supply capped. Hence the overlords. You know. I'm getting the feeling that Microbyte does not have a specific build. Hence why he keeps getting supply capped and why he is kind of all over the place. This is not to say that you need a build per se, but builds sort of give you templates to get a idea of where you should start in a game, how you should open. These 5 mutas are going to run into 2 cannons at the 3rd, and that will notify them that, and they will have to pull off of that. There is a Nidus Worm for Microbyte. For some reason, a Nidus Worm seems to fit a name like Microbyte.
Oh?
I'm not sure why.
Gonna say you can't have a very complex playbook if you're only a Microbyte, but...
Nah. Microbyte loses another Overlord. So that's 2 that have been sniped by Zenidor, and Microbyte is thus supply capped yet again. Go figure, right? This is never a comfortable position for a Zerg. Basically, as a Zerg player against a Protoss player, you want to be up a base at almost every stage of the game. So, like, he is down a base, he is on even he is on even workers approximately, and while yes, he does have more supply and more army, he can't do anything with it. If he were to attack the natural, a force field would go down. He's gonna try the 3rd, and that's probably the best he can hope for. There are a good number of cannons here, so we'll see what exactly he can get done. Guardian Shield goes up on the sentry. Zealots are here. Photon Overcharge is activated. The Mutalisks are going to hunt down the mothership. Zealots are being warped in. There are Stalkers coming from the main as well. And Zenidor loses his cannons, but that's it. So... now what? He has roaches for this follow-up, which is alright. There is an immortal already out though. So, all Zenidor really needs is a couple of sentries or another immortal, and he'll be able to hold this just fine too. He is going to warp in more gateway units, Stalker Zealot, and apparently that will scare Microbyte off. I'm thinking Microbyte might have been able to trade better, but I'm not sure.